Hi, welcome back to Guessagaingaming, playing Phoenix Point. And I've carried on almost exactly from the last mission because, as I said, I wanted to show you Pandorans with weapons, and that doesn't take very long to happen. So from the updates I've got in the last kind of few minutes after turning it back on and starting to play, it appears that they've already got some weapons. So we'll do another mission, and hopefully some of the armed Pandorans will turn up. Not really hopefully, but just for demonstration purposes. Also, one of the things that's, I suppose it's the same with all games and turn-based games, is it's always a balance here, especially early on, where if you wait to do a mission, and there's quite a few missions that turn up where you want to investigate a specific thing for either a story or to get some other tech. This one's there that I'm going to go to now. It's always a kind of toss-up when you've got limited amounts of resources and soldiers when to go. It happens, XCOM's a good example, where you kind of want to go and attack one of their manufacturing bases or do one of those missions, and this is the same where you have to balance out waiting to get everybody healed and everyone getting new equipment or whatever you want to upgrade in their inventory, to the fact that while you're waiting something else can happen, and it can be in like an XCOM the retaliation mission, or there's one of those guerrilla operations, or in this someone can attack one of the other faction havens bases, or there can be some other mission you haven't thought of, and then you've got to go, and then you'll get shut up all over again and you'll have to wait. So it's hard to know. So in this I've waited literally till the people I have already, the four I have left, because one got killed, are at full health. And as I said, every few days you'll get, I think it's every 3 days you get new recruits. You don't get many, you get a couple, and just to show you, they come like this. So you've got a recruit, there they are, there she is. That's on the left, it says their speciality. On the right it will tell you specific things about that recruit. And you can decide if you want them. That one's assault. Now, as you can see from the graphic, they come as they are, so they come like that basically. They don't come with weapons, even basic. They don't come with any armour, even basic, just what they've got there they're standing in. So you have to also have the gear for them. So if you pick one of the ones where you know you've not got the gear, you'll have to make it. So I can recruit either of those. The thing at the bottom there with the little apple is the food. That's related to the top screen where you've got our resources, and we've got 568 in food, so we could just about recruit both of them, but there's no point. For one reason, we don't want to use up all the food, and secondly, we haven't got armour and equipment for a heavy again, so we'll recruit that one because we need somebody else. We can't recruit her. Then you have to go back to your team. There's this recruit, and literally you have to dress them. So these are what you sort of come with. So you do get a free set of Synedrian assault gear, armour, and you've got a weapon, but bear in mind that weapon has limited ammo, so until you get to a point where Synedrian will share the research, or you can steal the research, or you can find ammo from Synedrian, that's all the ammo you're going to have for that gun. So we'll equip her with the normal Phoenix assault gear and the normal Phoenix assault rifle, because we know we can keep making more of that. We'll give her a medikit, and we'll give her some equipment in that, and we'll give her a grenade. There you go. And then you can see from what's left, we've got one more set of equipment, this Synedrian armour. If we picked another assault person, just to show you, in the heavy, it'll only show you when you click on the class of the person, the stuff they can equip. So that's actually quite helpful. So with the heavy, it will show you the stuff we've got in our base that we can use for them, and as you can see, there's no weapon and no more armour. So if we did recruit another heavy, we wouldn't have anything to give them other than a grenade and a medikit. And trust me, I've played this where I've been desperate for people to take on a mission, and I've had to send somebody with no armour and a couple of grenades and a medikit because that was the only option. But we don't want to do that here. Plus, we've hardly got any food left. We don't want to run that down. So anyway, that's that. So we've now got 5 people. You have to add this person to your crew in the ship. Now they're all in the ship, and that's as good as it's going to get, really. So we will go back to the main menu, and as quick as we can, we'll try and get there, hopefully before anything happens anywhere else, because we've got nobody else to send, and now we're committed to that. And of course, if something happens here, either on the way back or when we get back, we won't have the fit recruits or soldiers to help if someone attacks another base or there's another mission, because everyone will be injured. And like I said, one, if everyone's injured, you know, they probably won't be able to do the mission. And secondly, you don't want to get people killed, especially once you start getting them a bit leveled up, because it takes time. So we'll start this mission. Deploy squad, that's fine. And yeah, you just don't want to get the most important thing early on, very important in this game. It's important in all games, but in this game it's not to get too many of your people killed, and not to get shot up any more than you have to, because again, if you're shot up, you can't really do anything. You have to stay at the base to heal, so that will restrict you. So what you'd ideally want now is you'd want 6 people to go on a mission, because we can take 6. We haven't got the resources for 6. And we'd want extra people, maybe a couple more at the moment, to be in the base as kind of backup. So when somebody gets really badly shot up, we can swap them out. But we haven't got either of those options. So when we do this mission, we kind of want to do it with the least possible casualties. And I don't just mean people being killed, I mean people being injured. Also, another thing that can happen is it happens in the mission, it's annoying, but later on it's annoying, people can have their weapons destroyed and they won't respawn. So if your weapon gets destroyed in a mission, you come back to your base and that weapon's gone. And again, as you've seen with that screen, we haven't got spare, for example, heavy weapons. We can probably manufacture one, but that takes resources and time, and we haven't got any spare weapons. So if somebody's weapon gets destroyed, you may not even have another one to give them. So here we are. The thing here is we need to find a journal. It's part of the story. Again, you don't have to do these at all. You don't have to do them in any order. You don't have to do them at this time, but it's a mission that Pandorans attack on, and I'm hoping there'll be some armed Pandorans. I'm not really hoping, that's the wrong word, but so again, we don't know where they are. So all we can do is sort of move people to luckily, because I've played this before, I know where the thing we're trying to get is. So where it is it's upstairs. You have to go up the stairs around the back. But when you don't know, you can waste a lot of time in quite a few of these missions, as with all games, including non-turn based, kind of running about while you're trying to find out where to go. And that can be bad, because while you're doing that, they're killing you. So we'll put that one there. I'm not sure if anyone's going to be around the back, so we'll put that one on Overwatch. And then basically everyone's going to be on an Overwatch, aren't they? So as I said, with heavies, you kind of have to pick a place, pick an area for them to cover, and decide that's where you're going to be, because there's no point in trying to get that heavy to run all the way around there, because by the time we've got around there, whatever's happening there will be long done. This one again, same. Until you know where anything's going to happen, it's hard to know where you want people, but that's the same with all games. So again, put them there, assuming something might come there. That one we will put there, so they've got some cover, and we'll Overwatch down there.
Area covered.
And I'm still playing this like I would if I was doing it I mean, if we see the Pandorans, and we will, and they all turn up and try and attack us, fair enough, but I'm doing it in the way that we don't need to. It's not part of the mission. We can get the journal, as it says in the top left, and if we don't fight anybody, well, that's good. But that's probably not going to be the case. As you can see now, there is a Pandoran, so we've all got Overwatch on there, that's good. I think we shot a tree. And like I said, these Pandoran things, all the different ones, they upgrade and they have different abilities, different parts of them. Sometimes their claws get bigger, they have poison claws, they have so many different things and different ones. I would suggest to you, unless you've got a very good memory, you only concentrate on the things in the battle as it happens, because there's no way you'll be able to remember all these different things. And there's a thing in this game, yeah, there it is, called a mind fragger. It's a really annoying thing. I think sectoid in XCOM, it's actually quite a good animation. It's a thing like that. It looks like that. It looks like a bit like, it behaves like the alien in Alien movies. It jumps on your face, and that thing at the front kind of squashes over your face, and then it takes control of the person it's doing that to, which is not something you want to happen. I think as in, I don't know, as in all games, the thing that can be really bad, I find in games, is when something takes over one of your people, because then you're stuck in that quandary where, especially if it's somebody that you know, one of the better soldiers, or you haven't got many soldiers, so that one's upgraded to spitting poison, so you get all these updates all the time. Yeah, you don't want someone to take over one of your soldiers, because number one, then you don't really want to have to shoot your own soldier. That's very bad. You're one person down while they've taken somebody over, and it can be someone who's really important to the mission. It can be your best soldier, so that is a very bad thing. In XCOM, if you've played XCOM a lot, there's a thing called a Spectre, which I think is a really annoying, it's the most annoying thing in the whole of XCOM, because everything else in XCOM, every single other enemy, they can miss or they can hit just like you can, but these Spectre things, which kind of, what do they call it, shadow bound or something, when they take over one of your soldiers, they never fail. Once they decide to go and do that to you, unlike a sectoid that can miss a mind control, you can have that resistance shield thing, they always do it. So there's no way they ever fail, and I don't see why they don't fail, where every other thing, including every other enemy and every other person you've got, they can sometimes miss or fail, but those Spectre things, they never fail. I don't know why that is. I don't think there's any reason in the game, they just don't. Okay. We'll put them on there's something there, we'll overwatch somebody.
Nothing's getting past me.
That one, like I said, you get 2 shots if you don't move, and we really want to kill those mind fragger things, and we didn't even hit it, so that's not very good. We'll have to think about that with the other shot.
Come get some.
Hit it a bit, try and kill it. Yeah, okay, that's good. You kind of learn the things that you really want to kill the most. There's something there which we'll shoot. Got it. Won't kill it, but got it. There's something there as well. I don't know what that is. Doesn't look very nice. I think we'll put her on Overwatch and see if it comes through there. And this one, again, we'll put them on Overwatch, because you never know what new thing might come. And that's everybody. Yeah, okay. Oh, she's got, you always forget this, that the sniper can fire, and they've got a handgun shot as well, so it's always worth doing. It's worth doing in this kind of mission if you're in one of those, later on when you've got much more advanced enemies, and it's sometimes not worth bothering, but in this level, that handgun against this many enemies, and we're struggling with our amounts of troops, can be worthwhile. So okay, that's everybody. Let's see. That's just a normal Pandoran, if there is such a thing. It's one of those ones that comes right up to you and melees you with sort of claw things. And there's So unfortunately, or not unfortunately, that's demonstrated what happens. So there you go, we're mind control, which is, like I said, the most annoying thing that can ever happen. Because and you can see how it's already challenging. They've sort of upgraded. They've always got new weird things going on, new types you've not seen. Okay, that one had a gun, but you didn't get to shoot it. I don't know if you saw the gun in its hand, but it did have a gun. You can kind of see it, like there at the front. It's got a gun. So now, what we need to do is we're going to have to try and do something with that mind tracker thing, because there's a lot of things to shoot, but the priority is shooting that, and that's how you do it. Unfortunately, you have to just shoot someone in the head. You will injure them probably. It's very hard not to, but you've got kind of no option, because you have to do something. So okay, we can shoot this, but I'm not we kill that, that's good. And then they've only got one more. Watch that doorway in case something decides to come through there. There is one in there, I know. And Heavy can overwatch that doorway in case that thing tries to run at that person. And she's still on the handgun, but handgun might be useful now because we can shoot this thing, which doesn't look very nice. Let's shoot it in the general area or something. Handguns can be useful for snipers because sometimes the one-shot sniper thing is not going to hit, or you can't be sure, and the handgun is very useful, especially these upgraded handguns. There's a mercenary shop for anything better in one of the DLCs called the Chaos Faction, and you can buy some strange upgrades and weapons that are kind of pretty good. Handguns, weapons, they're quite expensive, but a lot of them don't need reloading. Anyway, so that's that turn. We've killed quite a few things, but as you can see, these ongoing things, and it's not a walk in the park. That thing just ran around there and killed us and ran away. It's not very nice. So, yeah. I think we have to...
I'm on the move.
See if that thing comes back. This heavy might as well overwatch. I'm not sure if anything else is going to come from there, but again with heavies there's not much point in them running around. Heavies aren't really good for, as you've seen, for chasing stuff. They have to kind of pick a place and go for it. And I think we can bring this one here. We'll probably get a shot at whatever that is. It's 17. This time I think we'll go for that, because then if she goes here, she can shoot that, and that will probably kill it if we can. Oh, it won't quite kill it. It will kill it enough. Okay. And that one. Now, okay, that's another good thing. You can see from the thing on the right where it says our weapons, there's a little red circly thing around our weapon, and that means that weapon is disabled, which means that they won't be able to fire again. There's nothing you can do once your weapon is disabled. It's disabled, it means it's destroyed or damaged beyond help, so we can't do anything with that. So we can, like I said, sometimes you forget how to do this. We might as well heal because we're bleeding and we die in the end. hopefully we can finish this mission before we die. And then all she can really do now is she has a grenade. So she might as well stay there with her grenade and hope that she can throw it at somebody. That didn't work out very well. We're going to kill it next turn, but that's annoying. So, okay, we go here, and we shoot that. And then the thing is, when you've got to go somewhere, as in every game, as in with this game, you don't want to send one person to do the extra difficult bit, or the bit where they've got to go and get something. In XCOM it would be like going to plant the charges in a facility to blow it up. If that person's already injured and hasn't got a weapon, because obviously if they run into trouble up where they're going, they're going to be stuck. So there's no point. We'll keep the heavy there, because again there's no point in running around with them. She's only got a grenade, so oh, that's that one. Okay, that one's only... I haven't got any shots left, so there's no point in her going anywhere. Sniper can be useful, I think.
I'm repositioning.
We'll go there in case somebody comes around there. It's actually quite there was a there's nothing else to do. There was a Pandoran with a gun, but we off, and it's that one there. So we'll actually just go there with our heavy, because not much seems to be happening there. And then if you press R3, you can see they have a gun. There's the gun. So that's the gun they had. So that just shows that they had a gun. And although we're not proficient, which means that's not going to be a gun we're expertise in, we can take it. Might as well have it. We can probably reverse engineer it. Yes, we've got a encumbrance, but it's a heavy, so we won't probably notice a difference, to be honest. Put that one there. We need to reload. Yeah, it's like all games. If you haven't got anything else to do, you might as well reload. And now basically what we're trying to do, which is obvious, I don't need to tell you if you've ever played a game of any sort, I'm sure you have, is we're going to try to go for the objective.
Heading out. Moving now.
And like I said, I'm not 100% sure. Even I've played this a lot, and I can't 100% remember exactly where to go. It's an annoying little mission, this. And the first time, I think the first few times I played it, it was very frustrating running around trying to work out where you go, and a lot of it's luck, because you may run to the right place and see it straight away. Especially once you've played it a bit and you know, kind of like any game, you know kind of what you're looking for. But the first few times when you're not quite sure what you're looking for, it can be very frustrating. So you can tell kind of, if you saw this, you want to go in here, but you don't know where you kind of want to go. Now I think I know, that there's a further upstairs part, and that's where I want to go. But if you didn't play this previously, you would have no idea, and those stair things are not easy to not easy to find, but you don't identify that with a place to go straight away unless you're used to the game. So again, we just put people on Overwatch because they have nothing else to do. That one's not got a gun anyway, so there's no Overwatch for her. Let's see if we can get that. So here you can see now that we can see the thing upstairs, but like I said, that thing there where you climb up, I think originally when I played I didn't even identify that as a thing to climb. I just thought it was part of the decor. I know that sounds like dumb, but I didn't realise. So because you wouldn't expect like someone's got a room up there in a normal house, you wouldn't normally expect them to have a kind of outside step ladder to get to their room. So, that's not what you expect in a normal layout of anything. So I wasn't looking for that. If that was in a scrapyard or a factory, yeah, you might think that's how you'd get there, but you don't think of that in a mission like this in a house. So that's part of why. So that's my excuse. That's what I tell myself. Again, I'm not sure if there's anything else going to come. I don't remember whether they still keep spawning or whether we've killed them all. But never take things for granted in any game, because that's always bad. So we'll just do Overwatch. We'll continue. And maybe we can get that thing. I think just come straight out of this if you get it. I can't remember. Yeah, okay, we activate the objective. And that's it. It's always preferable, but it's easier, obviously, if you have missions in any game where you can just kind of finish the mission and you haven't got to go to the evac zone, which you have evac zones in this, and sometimes you have to go to them and sometimes you don't. And in the ones where you don't, it's much easier, because in that mission, for example, we would have killed everything. Happens in XCOM. Again, I'll compare everything to XCOM, but that's probably the most played of these kind of games, XCOM 2 or original XCOM. Enemy Within, isn't it called? Where you have killed everything, and after you've killed everything, and if you've got people that are slightly further away, that's slightly annoying. You just have to run to this place with no enemies just for the sake of it, and that happens in this as well. So yes, we can't wait to fight that thing in the screen. That's a really horrible thing. It's not just horrible because of what it does, it's just horrible because it looks satanic, doesn't it? It looks really horrible, and it moves in this slivery, horrible thing. I think I don't know, maybe it's just a human thing, but it's like the Vipers, again in XCOM, where those kind of reptilian, slimy things, they always have that horrible feel more than maybe a robot, or attacking robot, or just a madman, or those other kind of things. Even the Pandorans, because they're just weird, but they're not.
The history of the Phoenix Project.
I think reptilian things always have that kind of edgy thing to them.
Britain, Spain, not one.
So it's just telling us now that this is the guy that founded the Phoenix Project. There's a lot about the past of the Phoenix Project in this. And we've got his journal, so we're finding out some more about that, which will move on to another kind of mission later. And there's lots of bases from the old Phoenix Project which you can go, and you can't build a new base as such, but there's lots of places where there are old bases. There are quite a lot, and you can go and reactivate a base, and on that base there are spaces where you can repair damaged facilities and build new ones. And the only problem with that, which I would say, don't run around activating bases too fast, because if you activate a base and it ends up being near a Pandoran nest, they can come and attack it and take it over. So you'll want to leave some troops there, ideally. So we can analyse some documents, and we've got some tech and some materials, and we get some more, 3 more sites to explore later. And they can be absolutely anywhere. I'm not sure where they are. They're always in different places. So, for example, one is there, which is near, and the others are, I don't know, they're going to be, one's there, so it's a long, long way away. There are logistical problems which there should be, because that would be normal. There's logistical problems in flying to places that are a very, very long way away. That's what we picked up on the mission. We got that. We got a gun, and we got some more stuff. So yeah, flying to somewhere far away can be very bad. And as you can see there, what that is, see, these little things like that, with the little, I don't know, double kind of wing thing, the Phoenix sign, they're our bases. So there's a base over there near that. So for example, at some point later, we can activate that base, and then we'd have a place to land. And you can see this one there. So you can like set up kind of travel corridors almost. There's one there. And the more bases you have, then you have a further area to fly to. You have a place where you can go back to quickly to restore your troops and equipment. You don't want to be flying from here, even if the range of the plane will do it, and I'm not sure if it will anyway. You don't want to be flying from there to there, that's just far. So we're back at base where we can heal, and let me just show you, there's our guys. They're all pretty okay. We did quite well. No one got really mangled. They've all, except that one, they've all got that little cross thing. I mean, they've all leveled up to some point, which is good. For example, that one which we've leveled up already. So you can see they've got, there's a few things they can level up there, and then these things here, and you have to decide whether the things here are better or worse. That one new class, that can be useful, depending on who it is and whether you want them to have something different. I would always like, it's all choice from what you want to do with people, and everyone plays games differently, but new class I find useful with, especially with the heavies, because then they can have a handgun. If you do them as a sniper, they can hold a handgun. So then that means they've got another weapon, and that means they're not limited to just one movement, one fire point. So, but you can decide what you want to do with different people, and what you're playing. You'll think, I wish that one could do that, and that one would be better with this. And sometimes you might not want them to have another class. That's an assault, and again, they can level up different things. Return fire is useful. I think we've seen that in quite a few different games where that's a very useful thing. So return fire I would probably pick against that and these, but they all have different benefits. And again, new class, and you can pick a new class. And they're all useful, and the more you level up people, the more options you have with them, which is, I would say, paramount in this game, because you never have overwhelming amounts of soldiers, because the way the game is, you don't get that many options to recruit new ones. You can recruit later on when you make friends, for want of a better term, or become allied with different factions. You can recruit some of theirs, but again, you can't recruit loads, and it still costs resources. And like I said, it's not like XCOM where you can literally have so many you don't need some of them, and they'll always get injured. So later on there'll be multiple missions, there'll be more than one haven being attacked at the same time, and you can be on a mission while two havens are being attacked. So again, unlike XCOM Phantom Doctrine, you have multiple missions at the same time in this, whereas in those games you don't. It's one mission and you go on it, and even if you do one, and another one can come up straight away afterwards, but it only happens after you come back. So anyway, we'll leave that. I played another mission. I didn't get to show you a shooting Pandoran, which I will do next time, but you got to see that a Pandoran has a gun, which probably wasn't as helpful as I was hoping it was going to be. But now they have guns, they will end up with gun shooting us pretty soon. So the next mission, whatever it is going to be something like that. We'll do that. We'll just probably play through off screen. I'll play through a bit where I level up and heal our soldiers, and we'll take it from here. So thanks for watching again. Take care. Bye.